안녕하세요, 주호입니다. Today we'll see how 그러니까 is used for various reasons to reformulate speech. As explained in the Grammar Reference Dictionary, there are currently 5 main uses of 그러니까. The first use is as a causal connective, which is what most learners are familiar with. This lesson will focus on the other uses where 그러니까 is used for various reasons, such as agreeing with someone else, reformulating what you want to say, reformulating what someone else said, and reshaping the domain set by a question. These uses will be explained by analysing dialogues. Note that 그러니까 is often abbreviated to these alternatives. So very briefly, 그러니까 as a causal connective works as follows. 그렇다 takes the preceding statements and 니까 marks it as the reason for some effects.
김은 맨날 지각이야. 그러니까 진급도 못하지.
In this example, the fact that Mr. Kim is always late is given as the reason for why he can't receive a promotion. It may not seem apparent at first, but this closely relates to when speakers use 그러니까 to express agreement. Here, 그러니까 is used to agree with something that has just been said. It's like saying, right, or that's it, as illustrated in this example.
김은 맨날 지각이야.
그러니까
아직 진급도 못하지.
Here, 영희 uses 그러니까 to agree with the preceding statements. 그러니까 effectively repeats what has been said as the reason for why Mr. Kim doesn't receive a promotion. A breakdown of this process is as follows. So here we see the transformation of 그러니까 from being used as a clause connective to a phrase used to agree with someone. In this manner, 그러니까 loses its semantic meaning of because it is so, and is instead used to agree with the other speaker to mean that's right. The next example illustrates this point. The next use of 그러니까 is as a phrase used by speakers to reformulate what they want to say. Here it's like, I mean, or what I'm saying is. Consider the following dialogue.
근데 책상이 하나 있는데 이거는 완전히 국민학교 3학년이 쓰는 책상이에요. 그니까 이거 반이야 진짜. 난 거짓말 안 해. 이거 절반 사이즈가 이거 반이야. 반도 안 된다? 요거밖에 안 돼.
그럼 매킨토시 못 놓아. 마우스 움직여야 되니까.
In this dialogue, 영희 is trying to explain how small her desk is. She makes an attempt in the first line, but then because she isn't satisfied with that explanation, she gives another description. Here the speaker uses 그러니까 and pauses to help amend what was just said and reformulate it in a more elaborate manner. In a similar way to reformulating one's own speech, 그러니까 can be used to reformulate the speech of another person. Instead of the speaker pulling themselves up for what they just said, the speaker pulls up the other person. Here it's a bit like saying, surely what you mean to say is. This use of 그러니까 is used to disagree with the addressee's stance and reformulate their speech, such that it becomes more accurate or truthful.
내 말은 적어도 좀이라도 보태던가 반반 해야지.
근데 그건 여론이 아니지.
맞지. 몇백 명의 의견인데 대부분 사람들이 동의했고 여러 사람이 같은 의견을 내면 그게 여론이지.
그러니까 그런 식으로 얘기하면 안 되지. 여자애들끼리 모인 사이트에서 나온 의견 같고 여론이라고 하면 받아들이고 싶지 않다고.
In this dialogue, the speaker corrects what the other person just said. Notice how this reformulation is very similar to the previous use of 그러니까. As you can expect, this kind of speech is face-threatening and only used when two people are very close. The final use of 그러니까 is where speakers reshape the domain set by a question. To explain why this is needed, imagine two people debating whether or not there's a God, where one person says, "If God didn't create the universe, then who did?" This question specifically asks who and presupposes there must be a God. The domain is set such that only a who answer can be given, excluding any alternative answer for how the universe originated. In these situations, speakers need ways to reshape domains set by questions in order to give answers they feel are more appropriate. In English, speakers often use well to indicate they're going to provide an answer which doesn't pertain to the framing of the question. For example, the speaker could say, "Well, if you ask the question who, there can only be one answer." In Korean, 그러니까 can be used to do a similar thing.
그리고 머리가 숱이 없어가지고 두피가 보인다?
세상에, 아버님이 해주신 거야?
그러니까 아빠 친구분이 자꾸 하라 그래서 한 건데 이 사람이 나를 잘 몰라서 아빠 친구분이. 그러니까 우리랑 많이 친한 사이는 아니야. 근데 내가 좀 나이가 되었으니까 된 줄 알고 그래서 이 사람을 소개시켜 줬는데 너무 파악을 잘 못한 거. 우리 아빠 기절했잖아, 그거 보고.
Here the speaker uses 그러니까 to reshape the domain set by the question. There was a suggestion that her father was aware of the man's looks and is at fault for poor matchmaking. Youngie uses 그러니까 to signal that the situation is nuanced and can only be explained after some adjustment is made. Notice the second occurrence of 그러니까 is usage 3, where the speaker is saying "I mean" to reformulate their own speech and make it more understandable. So these are the 5 main uses for 그러니까. What I've tried to show here is that there's a difference between semantic meaning and the reason why speakers say what they do. Understanding the non-connective uses of 그러니까 has more to do with the latter because its original meaning has faded away. I hope this lesson has been helpful.